day friends, welcome to the CEC Gurukul lecture series. In today's lecture, we will be talking about regulation of security market in India. We in India have one of the finest regulator of the world. Different markets are being regulated by different regulators. The capital market is being regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Like insurance sector is being regulated by IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. The banking system and all these monetary policy and all these are being controlled by the Reserve Bank of India. So there are different regulators in this country for regulating the different markets and the different segments. Similarly, for the healthy growth of the capital market in this country, we have a very good regulator and which has an image of a regulator which is being internationally recognized, is known as Securities and Exchange Board of India. Securities and Exchange Board of India is the regulator of capital market or security market in India. It was established in the year 1988 as an administrative body. So the first time it was being formed was in 1988. But the statutory power was given in 1992. So it was formed in that year, but in 1992, so April 12, 1992, in accordance with the provision of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, this was given a statutory body power. So this board is an autonomous body which has independent power to regulate the capital market in this country. So the preamble of the SEBI described, normally the Securities and Board of India, Securities and Exchange Board of India is normally known as SEBI. So the preamble of the SEBI, preamble means the constitution of the SEBI describes its basic functions. What are the basic? See, what is the role of the regulator? Let's be very clear. If a market is transparent, if a market, the people have trust in that market, because in the capital market, the money is involved. People will be investing in the capital market when people will have the trust in that market. How the trust will be created? Trust will be created if people feel the money, the investment which you are making, it is being used for the right purpose. There is a transparency in the functioning of the stock exchanges. There is a transparency in the functioning of the companies. There is a transparency in the functioning of all the intermediaries, whether it is broker, whether it is underwriters, investment, merchant bankers, sub-brokers, all the different intermediaries who are involved in the capital market. If their functioning is as per the rules, as per the government regulations, there is no malified intentions of the people who are transacting, who are working as an intermediary, who are working as a broker, who is working on the stock exchanges. So if there is a transparency in the system, people will have the trust in the system. And when people will have a trust in the system, more and more people will invest in the capital market. Large number of investors, whether it is individual investors, whether it is large net worth individual investors, whether it is institutions, whether it is mutual funds, all these people will invest when we have a good capital market, when we have a sound capital market. And the preamble of the SEBI very categorically says that the purpose of the SEBI or the function of the SEBI is to promote and regulate the capital market in the country. Regulate doesn't mean in a negative sense, regulate in the positive sense, that every stakeholder of the capital market must make the transaction in a proper, transparent manner, right? And if this will be the same, capital market will be promoted. So more and more the development of the capital market is also the function of the SEBI. That's why you must have seen there are many investors education camp. There are various education system that is being introduced by the SEBI so that more and more people should know about the capital market, Sometime many people think that capital market is not a place to make investment. It is like a satta market. It is not a satta market. If you are making sound investments, it is good. The capital market is a place through which the capital formation of the country takes place, because unless the companies get the capital, how they will make investment? For making investment, companies needs money. From where this money will come? This money can come from the public, from the investors, and when the money will be invested by the public in the company, obviously that company, if it uses for productive purposes, and I am presuming the company uses this money for productive purposes, more and more income is being generated, more and more output is being generated, more and more employment is being generated, and thereby the economic growth takes place. So the SEBI role is very important in promoting and developing the capital market of this country. So the preamble reads as, to protect the interest of the investors in securities, means whatever the investor's interest is, it is the job of the SEBI to see to it that interest of the investor is being protected. See, SEBI cannot intervene if there is a fluctuation in the share price, but if there is too much of fluctuation which is being manipulated, then SEBI will look into the matter that why there is too much of fluctuation, and if it is being manipulated, if the fluctuation is being manipulated, then the role of the SEBI comes, because SEBI's job is to protect the interest of the investor. So to protect the interest of the investor in securities and to promote the development of and to regulate the securities market, and for the matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So the two things which you can see by this preamble is to promote the interest of the investors, right, and to promote the development of the capital market in the country. Section 11 of the SEBI Act lays down that it shall be the duty of the SEBI to protect the interest of the investors in securities and to promote the development of and to regulate the security market by such measures as it thinks fit. Means in order to protect the interest of the investors, whatever the measures that has to be taken, that should be taken, it will be taken by the SEBI. So SEBI, right from its inception in 1992, they have been taking various steps to protect the interest of the investor. I will be talking of these measures which the SEBI has taken. So to achieve this aforementioned objective, means the objective or the preamble, whatever the preamble says, objective, the board may undertake the following measures. I am quickly discussing with you these things. So regulating the business in stock exchanges and any other security market, right. So stock exchanges are the medium through which sale and purchase of securities takes place, because it is a market which provides liquidity. It is a market through which you can buy or sell. Why do people invest in the stocks? They do invest that whenever they need money, they can dispose of these shares and they can get their money back, right. And they want that whatever the investment they are making in the capital market through the exchanges, it must grow or it should grow, right. So the functioning of the stock exchanges should be regulated, and the SEBI has made various rules and regulations, various stringent measures have been taken so that no malified practices are being adopted by the stock exchanges. Registering and regulating the working of the stocks brokers, sub-brokers, share transfer agents, bankers to an issue, trustees of trust deeds, registrar to an issue, merchant bankers, underwriters, portfolio managers, investment advisors, and such other intermediaries who may be associated with security market in any manner. All these intermediaries, all these different bodies, whether it is broker, sub-broker, trustee, transfer agents, bankers, underwriters, portfolio managers, right. So all these should be registered with the SEBI. What is the idea of getting them registered? So if the parties, if the companies are, these intermediaries are registered, then the SEBI can regulate them. SEBI can see their functioning. It can take action against these parties. So it is mandatory that any intermediary who wants to deal in the capital market it must be registered with the Securities and Exchange Board of India. So, registering and regulating the working of the depositories, participants, depositories, I hope we discussed previously also, depositories these days no longer, depositories are like bank, right. So, all the shares, all the financial securities are being kept electronically by these depositories. At this moment I am saying this much, we have a long discussion on this, right. So, registering and regulating the working of the depository, there are two important depositories in this country, NSDL and CDSL, right. So, these are the two depositories, and these depositories have different members. So, all these members and the depositories NSDL and CDSL, right. So, they must be registered with the SEBI. So, registering and regulating the working of the depositories, participants means the members, the person who are the firms who are the members of these depositories, participant, custodian of securities, foreign institutional investors, creditors, rating agencies and such other intermediaries as the board may by notification specify in this behalf, right. Rating agencies, as you know that there are various rating agencies which are working in India. These rating agencies rate the securities, financial instruments, right. So, people should trust them, that this rating that is being made by these rating agencies, that has credentials, as whenever the companies issue debt instruments, right, these debt instruments are being rated, means A plus, A, B, double B, B plus. There are various rating depending on the risk profile of the instrument, right. So, these risk profiles are being assessed by the rating agencies, and when people invest as a common investor, as an individual investor, when a small investor invests, people do rely on the ratings of the rating agencies. So, the idea of the SEBI is that these rating agencies must give the right rating. That is not that they, in connivance with the company, they give the wrong rating, and on the belief of the rating agency, if the investor invest, right, so then the money will be in danger. So, rating agencies are expected to rate the financial securities in the right manner, in the ideal manner, right. So, all these rating agencies are registered, all these different custodians of the security market, foreign institutional investors, because these foreign institutional investors invest in very huge amount. They have a deep pocket, they have large money at their disposal. So, they invest very heavily in the stock market. Sometimes they fluctuate the price, they are able to influence the price of the securities. So, their functioning is also being regulated by the regulator, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India. So, registering and regulating the working of the venture capital, collective investment schemes including mutual funds. Venture capital, as you know, that there are many agencies, there are many companies which invest. When the entrepreneur, when the professional person or any other person want to invest in a company, want to start a company, these venture capitalists who have money, they study the project of the individuals, they make capital investment in that company. They are called venture capitalists. So, the functioning of the venture capitalist, investment schemes of mutual funds, they are also being regulated by the SEBI. Promoting and regulating self-regulatory organizations, right. So, there are certain self-regulatory organizations which are also being promoted and regulated. These days there are various investors forum, investors individual groups. So, these groups are also being promoted so that they can keep a strict watch on the capital market, and they must be regulated also. It is not that these investors group, they, in order to cheat the small retail investors, right, they form an investors group, and then in connivance with the company they are involved in some wrong practices. It is not good. So, they are being regulated also by the SEBI. So, prohibiting fraudulent and unfair practices markets, prohibiting inside trading in the securities. Inside trading means that sometimes the people who have inside information about the company, taking advantage of this inside information, if they purchase or sell the shares, or if they pass on this sensitive information to the different parties which can influence the share price, this is called inside trading. I am repeating what I said. Inside trading means that if the people who have inside information about the company, like say for example, the finance director of the company, the company is coming out with a quarterly result, and the finance director is the person who is finalizing the balance sheet, the quarterly balance sheet of the company, the quarterly profit and loss account. If this person knows that the company's profits are going to increase very heavily, are going to increase, right? So using this information, that when this quarterly results will be published, then it will have a boost. It will have a boost on the share price. Having this information, he suppose either pass on this information or purchase the shares, knowing it well that after 2 days, after 3 days, or after a week, the company is coming out with a result, and there will be a good result, there will be a bumper result, and the stock price will go up. So using this information, if we purchase the share, this is called inside information, or vice versa. If the company is coming out with results and knows the person who is an insider, who knows that the company's results are not going to be good, so the price will fall once the results are being out, or once these information is being provided to the stock exchanges. The moment the stock exchanges will flash this result, the price will fall. The result will be, there will be a reduction in the price. So taking advantage of this, it makes short selling. So this is called inside trading. This inside trading is strictly being prohibited by the SEBI. Regulating substantial acquisition of shares and takeover. Sometimes some people start buying substantial shares of the shares, and thereby making an impact on the share prices, and there is a danger of takeover of the company, right? So in this process, the small shareholders, the shareholders who have invested in very small amount, who are the small shareholders, their interest is being affected. So it is the job of the SEBI to say to it that if there is a substantial acquisition of shares, and if there is a takeover of a company by aggressive buyer, means somebody starts accumulating share from the stock market, and if they accumulate the share more than what the promoters hold, it will lead to the takeover of the company. So if such information, such transactions takes place, this is being regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Calling on information from, undertaking inspection inquiries and audit of the stock exchanges, mutual persons associated with the securities market, self-regulatory organization in the security market. Performing such functions and exercising such power, provisions of the Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956 as may be delegated to it by the central government, right? So whatever the functions that are being delegated by the central government to the regulator, that is the SEBI, it performs all the functions. And what are the functions? In nutshell, if I start with the preamble, in order to regulate and promote the capital market. In order to promote and regulate the market, central government time to time give various powers to the regulator, so that the capital market is being promoted in the country, capital market is being regulated in the country, all the intermediaries, all the stakeholders of the capital market, the interest of these stakeholders is being protected. All these intermediaries works as per the rules and regulation and the law of the land. This is what the SEBI wants, right? So it can levy fees or other charges for carrying out the purposes section. Means there are various sections of the SEBI in order to fulfill the responsibility of the SEBI, in order to perform its functions, and there are many fees. There are different type of fees that is being charged by the SEBI from the members in the sense, from the stock exchanges, from the brokers, from the underwriters, investment bankers, intermediaries, right? So it has a power to levy fees. Conducting research for the above purposes. See, for any regulator, what is happening, how the capital market will be promoted, whatever is happening in the capital market, what are the avenues through which it can promote the capital market, what are the areas where the weaknesses can be plugged, all these is a continuous process. So in order to have a continuous improvement in the capital market, it is the job of the SEBI to conduct continuous research, right, so that the functioning of the capital market, functioning of the securities market can improve. So, performing so much other functions as may be prescribed by the Government of India, right. So, inspection, apart from this inspection of any book or register or other document or any listed public company or a public company which gets its securities listed on any recognized stock exchange, which boards has reasonable grounds to believe that such company indulging in inside trading or fraudulent and unfair trade relating to securities, right. So, it can inspect the books, the registers of any of the stakeholder of the capital market, whether it is company, whether it is stock exchanges, whether it is investment bankers, right. So, all these intermediaries, mutual funds, fund managers, right. So, the different stakeholders, different intermediaries and the stock exchanges, the brokers, right. So, books of these people, see, why do SEBI study? That whatever is being shown in the books, these books represents true and fair picture, right. So, that is the purpose of inspecting these books. So, these are the various functions of the SEBI, which the SEBI has been performing very successfully. SEBI over a period of time, as I said just now, that it is involved in continuous research. So, in the process of the development of the capital market, there are various reforms introduced by SEBI. Time to time, we have been in our different lectures on the fundamental of investment paper, we have been talking of these reforms time to time. Like there are many things, like say, for example, introduction of the rolling settlement system. Earlier, as I was telling you in my previous lecture, the settlement of the transaction used to take place in 15 days, 20 days. Nowadays, we are following rolling settlement, that is T plus 2. The day when the transaction takes place, that is called T day, transaction day, and within 2 days of the transaction, the settlement takes place. So, it means within 3 days, whenever an order is being executed, either purchased or sell, within 3 days of the transaction, the order is being settled. Means if you have purchased the share, within 3 days, the share will come in your depository account, right. If you have sold the shares, you will receive the money within 3 days. This is a very good thing. Earlier, it used to be minimally 15-20 days. From 15-20 days, we have come to 3 days only. It is the SEBI which has successfully implemented this T plus 2 system. Control over issue of capital. In India, there was a time when there was a controller of capital. Every company which used to come out with an issue of shares, it was being controlled by the controller of capital issue, right. So, this act has been repealed. Screen based trading. Earlier, the system was outcry system, right. So, there was a lack of transparency in the outcry system. There used to be a ring on the in this ring, the brokers used to assemble, and by the cry, they used to transact the business by just meeting each other and finalizing the transaction. So, the investor were not aware at what real price the share has been purchased or sold. Nowadays, there is a screen based trading. Every transaction that is taking place, that is on the monitor, that is on your computer, that is on the screen, right. So, every transaction that is being made, it is coming, and it is all very transaction. Each order has a unique order number, and you know exactly at what rate your order has been executed. So, nationwide fully automated screen based trading. The whole system, the whole of the country, rather internationally, it is open, that whether it is NSE or it is BSE, there are terminals throughout the country, and if you are at any hook and corner of this country, if you have your registered broker or a sub broker, a terminal is being issued to you by the stock exchanges, and through that terminal means through that computer, you can make the transaction. So, it is a screen based trading, and the SEBI played a very vital role in implementing the screen based trading in this country. There are various risk management system. In order to minimize the risk, minimizing the risk of the brokers, minimizing the risk of the investors, right. So, there are various measures that has been taken by the SEBI. Dematerialization, I was just referring about depositories. Depositories is nothing but keeping the financial instruments in electronic form. Earlier, the papers, the financial instruments used to be in paper form, physical form, paper form, right? So there was chances of pilferage, there were chances of, loss in transaction. There were many weaknesses in that system. The transfer system was also full of weaknesses. So there is a dematerialization system, depository system. Every financial instrument is being dematerialized. It is in electronic form. By the just click of the button, the financial security can be transferred from one depository account to the electronic to the other depository account. The way you do in bank these days, if you have to transfer your money electronically, you do it within a minute. Similarly, you can, if you want to transfer the shares, you can do it in the demat form. So these are the various settlement, these are the various systems that have been introduced by the SEBI. I'll continue with this system, that what are the changes that has been brought by the SEBI. So for this lecture, I am stopping here, right? So we have talked about the regulator, what are the functions of the Securities Board of India. So this was the more basic discussion that we did in this lecture. Thank you very much.